Okay. So, I'm kind of doing this video off the cuff. I didn't want to really waste time, necessarily fucking writing a script for this. I didn't think there was really a need to, like, waste any more time, I suppose, than to just, like, sit down, let's just catch up, on whatever is going on, because there's a lot going on. This is two of some very important videos that I want to make. This first one is like not that serious. It's really not that deep. There's nothing to it really too deep. But the next one's a lot more serious, and a lot more like about opening, and I guess a little bit political. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Because I don't know how closely I'm going to upload these together, or if I just want to, like, bang them both out today, get feelings out today, and then we can move past it. We don't have to talk about it. So there's going to be no editing in this. I'm not even going to bother cutting it. I'm literally just hitting record, feeding off the cuff, and then we'll live with the next steps later. So yeah, fuck, this camera makes it look like I have a lazy eye. I don't. Okay, let's talk about moving forward, because there's a lot of moving forward and a lot of next steps I really want to do and make for this channel to make things better. The first thing that may be really apparent, which I argue is making me super fucking hard to find. Probably not a good idea for growth, but I thought if I was going to make a change like this now, I would do it while I'm still as small as I am, before I grow up massive, and then, just kill any kind of branding, because there's no branding for me. There's no money for me. At all. This is purely a hobby. Obviously calling myself Obey Your Ramen instead of my previous name, PattyPie. There's a few reasons for this. One of the reasons I specifically called myself Obey Your Ramen TV is I don't want to pigeonhole myself into gaming anymore. I noticed content where I react to videos do really well, where I do like little skits do really well, where I talk shit just about whatever, like this do really well, or even going over guitars, music, whatever. So instead of trying to pigeonhole myself into doing a genre based around video games, and because I have other hobbies and other interests, just call it Obey Your Ramen TV, and these videos will just be off the cuff doing whatever. They'll be unfiltered, they'll be real, because that's what I've always strived for my channel to be, and that's what it has been, just in a video game context with edits and with homies. But I still want to be able to do these one-on-one videos where I feel like I'm talking to you guys, and when I'm talking to you guys, you're listening, and there's like a back and forth in comments. I really like that community interaction. I always have. So that's the reason for the name change. I also didn't want my actual legal name, because I'd already been that name on the internet for so long. And there's still a couple accounts I haven't changed to this new name, but I'm trying to update gamer tags and everything. Oh my god, sorry. Finished work, I'm a little tired. But I didn't want my, like, actual name associated as part of a gamer tag anymore. For just the basic reasons of the fact that I didn't think the name sounded that good. And then, like, I guess a little bit of anonymity. I mean, I show my face online. I don't really care about people seeing my face or even knowing my name. I just didn't want it to be like I didn't want the knowledge to be so easy to pick out through just like a username. Even regarding things like harassment or whatever, even though it's not something I faced personally, just like a preventative measure, I suppose. So first, there's changing the name to Obey Your Ramen. That was kind of the thought process behind it. Also, I just love ramen. Ramen noodles are bussing. It was a name that I couldn't find anywhere else. You know, I did background checks on like, does anybody else use this username? Does anybody else use this and this? And AnniePie is also associated with a YouTube channel, even though the channel's pretty dead. Of like this alternative girl doing like makeup videos or something, and she hasn't uploaded in like 5 years. But like, there's also like, I guess, that association. So, you know, whatever, the same name. So just go even more original than I thought I was. Plus, when I made the name, I was like, wow, PewDiePie is this amazing YouTuber. He's so big, he's so cool, he's so epic. And I'm like pushing millennialism. So, because I'm an unk, and I'm pushing being fucking old. So I thought, oh my god, PewDiePie's cool. AnniePie. And it's not there. So, yeah, new name. Which also means the Discord server's name has changed to House of Ramen instead of House of AnniePie. Now, the Discord server is the next thing that I want to talk about. That Discord server had been dead a minute. Let me see when the last general message was from a big stage of activity. Let me find it. Because something important happened, and we'll get to that in a bit. I've got it on my other monitor. I'm just scrolling through general chat. Okay, so the last time it was used, like at a consistent level, was like December, November 2024, which is crazy. And the reason why I basically ended up neglecting my own server was like, I had personal shit going on, didn't really have the time to sit down. And then I joined this project. It was initially a Halo streaming clan. And if you've been following my streams for any amount of time, you'd realize that I was doing a lot of streams with this Halo streaming clan called Daybreak. Because it was a period where I wasn't really uploading. I was just kind of gaming, keeping to myself. And I came across these guys, and I was like, this is actually a great opportunity to return to content, because it was something I was already thinking about doing, and I just really didn't know how. I didn't know how to get back to sitting in front of the camera by myself and just chatting away. So at least if I had people to bounce off of, there would be like, you know, the whole mutual beneficial thing. And some people in this group were content creators as well, who were also just as small. But yeah, the biggest issue with Daybreak initially when it was a Halo clan is Halo clans are extremely cringe, and it reached the point where it was basically like ROTC kid level fucking bullshit. And nobody above the age of 17 in there wanted to be doing all that. Nobody wanted to be a part of that. So we broke away and we all decided to try and rework it. And we came back with the idea of making it an LFG community server and officially becoming a streamer group under the name Daybreak, right? Daybreak was owned by this guy called Kruger. He was in some of the streams. And as I started to show initiative, because the promise was obviously mutual growth, mutual sharing of assets, money when we got to that point, and wanting to make like an esports team out of it, stream competitive games, get uniforms, merch, everything, right? The more and more it went on, I realized that I was doing all of it. I was putting in all the money into it, all the time into it. I was gathering all the people and growing up this guy's project that he was basically seeing all the benefits from, while not having to lift a single finger or take any effort in it whatsoever, and it was all me. Every person I pulled in that got us to over 100 community members, I was doing single-handedly. I was going in, I was finding those people, I was directing them there, I was putting up the banners, I was making logos, I was making edits, I was making stream screens. I was fucking doing everything for this guy, and it was a thankless job. Nobody took part, nobody bothered. And it kind of started to click with me, where I kind of felt like I was being used, right? Because when you're putting all your time, effort, and money into somebody else's business venture and project, expecting the mutual growth that was promised to happen, and then you realize, oh shit, I'm the only person doing anything, but because the name's associated with this guy, he's reaping all the benefits, he's reaping all the rewards of having a community that he isn't taking part in. I then started to realize I've neglected my own shit. Doing somebody else's growth and putting in that effort that I should have been putting in to me first. So I quit. And before I quit, there had been discussions about this before. I'd kept going, dude, if I have to keep hard carrying your project and you're not taking part while reaping all the rewards, I'm not going to stick around here. It kind of started to click with me. So I gave warnings. It's not like I rug pulled him or anything. But I was like, so many people joined here because of my personality, my streams, or me passing the message through competitive games and stuff, through the esports side of it that we wanted to do. So I sent out an invite to all those people to a new reworked, to the old Discord server that I had taken time to rework over the last few days leading up to this point. And I was like, hey man, I'm gonna quit. If you joined because of me and you want to still see what I'm up to and follow me and be a part of my community, you can join here. And I sent that out to pretty much every single person in that server list. And they all left. There were some real ones that straight up jumped ship and were like, bet. And they just followed me fucking into the next venture because I'm the person who brought them all in. I was the face that they saw. People didn't even know who, like, Kruger was. That's how little part that he took in his own community. Everybody thought Daybreak was mine. I was like, no, I'm just the second guy. I'm just the hard carry. So I managed to bring my server back from the dead, and all that work suddenly didn't feel like it was for nothing anymore. But here's the thing that I didn't expect or didn't understand to come out of this, right? I didn't want to not be friends with this guy. On the level of being a guy to guy, he's not a bad dude. He just did not care about this project. And then the other people who cared more, he like would backhandedly acknowledge that to the point where he's like, well, if I don't have to do anything because these people have got it, so I don't have to take any part. I didn't want to not be homies with this guy, is what I'm saying. And I did full communication. Like I said, I didn't rug pull him. I didn't just take these people from him. I did full communication. I let him know, you know what, man? I quit. I can't do this anymore. I can't keep carrying somebody else's name and project on my back and like not see my own reward from it. It was becoming a thankless job outside of my other thankless job for like an employer that actually pays me. This was just internet community shit. This was hobby shit trying to turn it into money and being used. So after all that, he went no contact. By the way, I tried to reach out to him on other social medias because the first thing he did once we all left the server was block all of us. All of his mod team, which I also helped him build up, my friends that were streamers or long-term friends, like Ray, who's been on this channel. We all know Ray. We all love Ray. All blocked. All blocked and removed. So as far as I'm aware, he has no mod team right now. He has a server that pretty much lost about 40 people out of like 100. But, you know, a lot of the accounts in there weren't even active because there was no activity, there was no server events. Because anytime I try and plan something and let him know, he was avoidant about it. Anytime we had linked servers wanting to do cross-server streams, you know, mixing streamer communities, all the stuff I want to do, I would have had to go through him, and he'd be avoidant about it. He just spent his entire time being a fucking avoidant. So I realized I was wasting my time. I also went to those linked servers and those communities and let them know that I'm jumping ship, because I also found those linked servers and found those communities, and they're like, bet, we'll follow you for whatever. And now we're actually going to plan out those things that should have been happening and those streams that should have been happening but didn't. Because now I'm doing it for me and for my benefit, because like I was working so hard and putting all this time in while my own channel sat dormant and dying, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I wasting my time? So that's been the biggest thing that's gone on. The next step is now what I want to do with this YouTube channel. I'm not going to delete it because, sorry, my septum is so fucking itchy. I don't want to delete it. I'm still going to use this for uploading videos, but expect them to be really few and far between. Because I just find the process of videos just such a pain in the ass sometimes. The editing, the bits. I would rather just stream and have it off the cuff and not only have like a group of people to interact with, like on the stream, like in the videos, like videos with friends, but also when I have the community and when I have chat, I can bounce off you guys and I can talk to you guys and bits can be made from you guys, which just can't be made from like a video other than like little community memes, right? So I still want to make my main focus streaming. You've probably noticed over the last few months when I said I'd return to content, I have, but it's mainly been live streams over videos. Even things that should have been videos, like the CS2 case opening and stuff, I just went live instead. So people could join, so there could be chat. So I could bounce off you guys and not record in silence like this, talking to a camera, because that doesn't feel real, that doesn't feel like a community, and that doesn't feel engaging. I want community. That's all I've wanted from this. That's where I want to stand out. That's where I want to be different. You know? Now, I don't know if I'm going to stay on YouTube for streaming, though. Because the YouTube wall, and like that wall that's constantly in front of small channels, is still hitting me after 8 years. And it's obvious that when I go out there and I show my personality and I'm in these places and I'm in these spaces, I'm valued and I'm entertaining to these people. But all of a sudden I upload and it's nothing. When I stream though, the stream viewers, the VODs, the community, again, is way stronger. So I don't want to be stuck meandering around at the amount of subs that I'm at. I want to reverse the process. So I'm going to start streaming on another platform. Now, for the longest time, I was thinking Twitch. But I can't get behind Twitch's policies. I have a Twitch account, but I've never used it. And honestly, I can't get behind it. The lack of free speech means that I can't go off the cuff with you guys and talk about whatever. Their stances being like in this I don't know, the politics on there, even though I'm not someone who is like a political streamer in any way, seeing the politics and toxicity from things surrounding stuff like the Israel-Palestine conflict, for example. I don't want to be in a place where the biggest players remain big and the smallest people remain small because there's a system of favoritism. I can't get behind that. And I can't get behind such an overly political environment. Twitch just inherently seems toxic before you even get on it. Before you even start. Whereas YouTube's existed so much longer. The issue isn't that YouTube's toxic. The issue is that there's so many people on YouTube. And there's so many small channels with 1-2 videos. And I'm seeing them hit like 3,000 views because luck? I don't know. And then we have stupid situations or issues with YouTube's terrible moderation, where I've been slurred out on streams by Russians on Counter-Strike for just the color of my skin. By the way, that's the background of the second off-the-cuff video you guys will be receiving. It'll be about race and race politics, so that's going to be fun to talk about. But yeah, when I get slurred out on video games or have people be toxic to me, all of a sudden I'm getting strikes for hate speech when it's directed towards me. And I can't fight it. I've had 2 strikes for it now. And both of the videos that caused those strikes, the person being called those slurs is me. Make that make sense. And then that's obviously killing any kind of channel growth, because it's like, your channel's already got 2 strikes. Every time I use 10 seconds of a Kanye song from a meme in a clip, like on the Elden Ring video, fucking copyright. The moment I, like, have somebody in a game blast music over the microphone, copyright. And I don't know how to describe it. What's the word I'm looking for? They're factors outside of any control that I can have. Maybe not the using songs for like an edit or in a clip, like with, again, the Elden Ring video. I chose to use the Wicked God Is meme that's used with like King from Tekken for that one boss fight, because I'm being thrown around and it looks like a King combo from Tekken. So I thought it was funny. And even though I barely used any music, that's enough for a copyright strike. Or like a copyright warning notice, whatever, which again just kills the video and the algorithm. So, like, at this point I've given up on the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna make money from YouTube, or oh, I'm gonna make money from content creation on the 2 biggest platforms. I just don't see that happening. Now, one of my good friends was giving me information about the platform Kick. Now I know I just spoke about toxicity drowning Twitch, and we all know Kick isn't much better, plus it politically swings the entire fucking other way of the spectrum, and all the people on there gamble and are degenerate and whatever else. But you know what? They're also free. They can play whatever music they want, talk about whatever topics they want, and they don't feel like they're under a microscope that's actually an AI. It's not even a real microscope. These things aren't monitored or watched by humans anymore because there's too many videos. So you're not even arguing with a real human with real thoughts and feelings and political opinions. You're arguing with a robot where the people who are in an echo chamber have preset its political opinions and preset its thoughts and preset its feelings. You can't beat that. Kick also offers, I think it's to anyone over 75 subs, something like that, offer literally hourly rates. Like it's a job for just streaming over 4 hours. And most of my streams are well over 4 hours long. So I'm looking at making the jump to Kick. I don't know when, but to start streaming off that, or even dual streaming. And I would like to think that you guys would support me and go watch on Kick. Obviously can't make you, but it would mean a lot to me if you could, so we could look at making some money from this, and then from that money, putting that money back into here to improve the content for you guys and to improve our community, because that's what I want to do. So yeah, the kind of future plan right now is keep YouTube for videos. The videos will continue to probably be every once in a while. I got a few things cooking, a few crossover projects with other YouTubers and other streaming communities that I'm really excited and can't wait for. So there is plans for what's happening next, and I really look forward to it. Again, I didn't script this, but I think I've ran out of all my talking points. So, yeah. Alright, I think that's it. See ya.